Welcome to the Axiom. New file detected. Launching file.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Leo, and today we are continuing the Disco Elysium file. Where we last left off, we had finally taken down those roofing pallets and explored a little bit beyond that door. We found our jacket, but we decided not to go for it because it would require a jump that we would most likely fail, and because it was kind of entering a whole new area. We also tried to inspect the body. The ammonia did not work, so now we are trying to get our shit together. And then we started exploring around this town. We went into Frit and talked with the clerk there, and now we are talking to a girl named Annette. And a couple things. Someone told me that Kim has his own dialogue tree, so after I'm done talking with Annette, because we kind of left it mid-conversation, I'm going to talk to Kim and see what his dialogue is. And someone also said that if I double-click, I, run to different areas, that's cool. That's good to know. So, yeah, let's keep talking to Annette.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Let's see. Suggestion. What is romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that situation.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
Interesting. What about when both of the men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
Is this foreshadowing? What if it's written really well?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
What was that? It said something imminent? Breakthrough imminent. So does that mean one more dialogue option, or because I know dialogue is what controls the time, does one more dialogue option finish this? So let's go ahead and escape then, and what about a poor man getting a rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process, or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
I see.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
Alright. What about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Sometimes you have to write about real life things.
Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Maybe I will.
I'm sure she can help out. Anything else you're curious about?
That's enough romance for me. I had other questions.
Maybe some about other books?
She rubs her chilled nose with her fist. It is 3:08, so I think the breakthrough is working. Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them.
She scratches her cold, reddened cheeks, then continues.
I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Intellect check.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Reading those doesn't make the readers more famous, does it?
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Very true. Fame is for vain people. I have better things to do.
Okay, sir.
She stamps her feet, waiting for what comes next. Okay, bye. See you around.
Volumetric ship compressor.
Okay.
Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. Accept. Okay, so I guess that's now permanently there. And I can use a skill point to forget that thought. Interesting. Okay. So what is this? Inspect victim's body. Yeah, can now be tried again. This one can be tried as well, and so can... Oh, that one I haven't even tried yet. Okay. Let's go ahead and get out of that. And let's talk to Kim really quick.
Yes?
Tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
Literally anything about it. I can't remember a single thing. I don't even think I know the victim's name.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
I know literally nothing about it. Only what you told me before.
Do you want me to brief you?
Brief. Yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling and Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Wait, does the briefing say who the victim was?
A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Okay, so once the union shows up in the Whirling and Rags, that's not going to go well. Let me just make this perfectly clear. Our job here is to find the killer.
That's right.
Secret task complete. Ask Kim to tell you about the case. Plus 10. Oh. There are secret tasks in this game? Would you say this is a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
The case probably is mysterious, but it could be sexy. Nah, I don't think it's sexy. I threw up next to a hanging corpse. I mean, I think there could be a conspiracy type thing going on. But let's go with white male in his 40s. What more do you need?
I'm relieved that you agree.
He says, then pauses. Psyche check.
He is glad and surprised to see an officer who can appreciate the less than spectacular.
All right, fair enough. Is there anything else? You look like you were about to say something.
Do you know the feeling when you've begun filling in a crossword, but some of your answers don't quite seem to fit? That's the feeling I have right now, for some reason.
Like there's more to this case than meets the eye. I know exactly what you mean.
It will turn into quite the puzzle yet, I'm afraid.
Lieutenant nods. All right. If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
Oh, so we're trying to see who can get the most credit?
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
What do you mean?
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
I don't remember being in on anything.
That's good.
Tell me about it.
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
Okay. What is this? Apparently there was a pissing match between Precinct 41 and Precinct 47. Ask Kim about this after the initial inspection of the dead body is done. Okay. Let me escape, and I'll go ahead and let it go.
Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
Actually, I have all I need for now.
Good.
I think you should know that I can't remember anything.
No response. He just arches his brow.
Intellect.
He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
I feel like I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. There was heavy drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
Psyche?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Alright. In that case, fine.
Focus on other people's troubles, not your own. That is a relief.
Okay, forget it.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
I want to talk about you.
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We'll work better together if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
You're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
And a physique check?
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Why would I put the lieutenant down for wearing glasses? I'm wearing glasses right now. Just observing.
I guess you don't need glasses, then.
You don't look like other people around here.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What is Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Intellect.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
I've never seen the word peninsulary before, but protectionist, isolationist, does that mean that they like wall themselves off and like don't talk to outsiders and stuff? You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about Seoul.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
Okay. Tell me a secret about yourself.
No.
Oh, okay.
The lieutenant nods.
Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking. Do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Intellect check?
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
Another
The
psychic check.
lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic.
Fair enough.
But this isn't an old school case.
I get it. You're one of those old school detectives. Nod respectfully.
So what? That makes you the new school? God spare us. For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages.
Psyche?
That's where his conversations with himself take place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
We all have our different mediums. His is written.
That's all for now.
Good. Let's change the subject.
I don't think there's any point. You seem to be following me. We're both working on the case. I don't want to seem that dumb. Okay, so. Oh, also, I've realized something when I was editing. And that it, well, let me go ahead and do this first because I have this now. Was there something new that I got here? No. I could unlock one of these. But I think what I want to do is I want to... Oh wow, endurance went up by 4, geez. Let me go ahead and put a point into... Do I want to do visual calculus or savoir faire? Let's put one into visual calculus because I feel like I'll get another point through talking and then I'll do savoir faire to try that jump. So let me go ahead and level up visual calculus. And then I'll do suggestion later for Annette. Accept changes and close. And then, yeah, that unlocked the set of tracks. So now let's okay, so the thing that I was editing, that I came across while I was editing, Kim said we're looking for a driver because of the like left sole, or like the right sole was worn down more than the left. Isn't there a taxi driver listed on this call box?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Yeah, there's a taxi service right here. Fabron's taxi, the rest has been burned off. Let me really quick leave. Let me do this first since I just got it, and then I'll try this, and then I'll maybe go in the store, or... so much stuff to do, but let's see.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Alright, reconstruct the movement.
The tire
Excellent.
tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber.
Okay, so it started here in front of the Whirling in Rags, crash, reverse, and then turned that way?
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the Whirling in Rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. why that pang of guilt again?
Probably because I did it. What happened next?
The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry.
Is this connected to the case?
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there.
Okay.
See where they went. If you find the time.
I could find my car. A car drove through the fence.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage friendly city.
Psyche check.
Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why.
I think I got it. Leave. Huh, okay. So I could try going south to the canal. But, okay, so what tasks am I doing right now? The pissing competition, track down your gun, your badge, put the clothes in trash. Okay, so I'm glad I did that because it did give me experience. Let's go ahead and continue to explore the town, I guess. There's a person here. What is this? This coin-operated viewer has been banked up, inoperable. To Roundabout North. To Cape Side Apartments, Martinez Pierre. What is this? The ad reads, broken window. Tibbs has windows. If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you could collect these bottles and sell them. Fair enough. So I still need to find a bag. Okay, and this still keeps going. What's over here? Oh.
Whoa. What have we here?
A bridge?
A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Kim, looks like we've got a construction code violation.
Sure, they never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revachol looks better, though.
But Lieutenant, think about the splinters.
The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
I mean, I'm literally standing on it already. Is that a skua? A lonely cormorant surveys the sea, indifferent to your approach. Okay, all these new areas are like... Hang on. Okay, let me go ahead and talk to the mom, I guess? Or... I could go to the kitchen. What do I do? Let's go to the kitchen. Just so we can investigate it before the Union people show up. Take breaks, talk to strangers, explore. If only I had a map. Actually, after I'm done with this, I am going to look at the map. Or go to the bookstore because they might have a map. Okay, so we can go in here now. The dishes are drying. They smell of chemicals and pine trees. Alright, so I can interact with this person and the door.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook.
Alright.
As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Quebec.
Intellect?
Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Quebec. Please. It's not funny.
Hello, sir. Got time for a few questions?
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
You've got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn.
Intellect?
It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine. And what is this? An aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air. Oh, there's something here? Sure, I'll take that. Can I get through this door?
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
Psyche?
You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
I wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
Out of duty, we may find something pertinent to the investigation.
Yes. I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. As a side investigation.
The door and the main investigation will merge into a stereo investigation.
If you say so. Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Touch the door.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side.
Motorics check?
Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since this was painted, maybe.
Huh. Intellect check?
It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever is behind it must be older.
Okay. Let's leave just because it's, like, we don't have the key. The secret passages? There are strange doors in the Whirling. No one knows where they lead. Find a way in and see what's hidden there in the hostel's cafeteria. In the hostel cafeteria's forgotten corners. Is this a secret passage? Let's talk to Gart.
Can I help you?
Great. Gart, I saw another thing at the Whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably.
Oh.
Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
Alright, there's something else I wanted to ask. Goodbye. Okay, so there's no key here. Let's see what happens if we try to push the door. I doubt that's going to work, but we'll see.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
Try to push in the door?
The door does not budge.
Fair enough. Okay, so... we are going to... go over here. Oh, we're auto-saving. Alright, then let's go ahead and see if we can get a map of the city from this bookstore. Oh, this is big. This is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Gift books and molten candy. Ooh, I like the music for this area. Old sports magazines, tucked away in a dark corner. The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They are all about lake trout. There's a lot of stuff I can interact with here. What's here?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Whirling-related merchandise.
Look through the pile of Whirling-related merchandise.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Whirling Compendium, 2nd edition.
Continue.
There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a pick-your-path adventure game book titled Tales of Whirling, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Anything that really catches my eye?
There's a box that says Whirling, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
Alright, intellect check.
That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense.
What does it do for me? Oh, it does nothing? I just have a board game? Storekeep, what board games do you have here?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Raubritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Psyche check?
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
The lieutenant wouldn't know. Oh. This is not asking, do I have friends?
Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
I don't feel as if I have any kids.
Friends are technically like family.
She fiddles with her pendant, thinking.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
Huh. So what about all these Whirling things?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
Oh, maybe she looks at the table crossing her arms. Let's go ahead and leave. I don't have enough money for any of that anyway. But if I take that board game into the curse building next door, maybe something will happen. What is this?
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere.
Look through the display of books.
Rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man.
Good God, how many are there?
Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs.
Is that all?
Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heimdall-man, and so much more.
Pain Threshold? This is a white check, you may retry it. Do any of these books call out to me? Sure, why not?
A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
Ugh, what is it?
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Heimdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man.
Psyche check?
She's laughing at him, belittling him. Between the throne and the Heimdall man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman.
Interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels.
Interesting. Why would I want to buy that? Storekeep, tell me about the Muscle Man books.
Oh, Man from Heimdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
Okay, so that combined with the like RPG books, she's one of those people. Okay, so something tells me if I were to talk to her about having her child stand out in the cold, she would not react well. Why are they so popular?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Sounds good. Which one should I start with?
What does it matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdall-man, the man from Heimdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
All right. Leave. Interesting, okay. This is the same thing. I don't want to talk to her just yet. I want to explore the rest of the building. That, I think, would probably lead to a staff area only part.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Motorix.
A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do.
Look through the display.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers.
I don't know about that. I like crime fiction.
These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends.
So, in high school, I read a lot of Nancy Drew and like Hardy Boys books, and then I've also read like the Da Vinci Code, or it was one of the books in the same series as the Da Vinci Code. It wasn't the Da Vinci Code itself, but yeah, those are some of my favorite books.
What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives.
I mean, I guess that's true.
Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Sure thing.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen.
I'm so glad they added voice acting to this game in the final cut. I would hate to read all of these.
A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen.
Are there any more?
Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer.
Psyche check.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Reaction speed. Who is Dick Mullen?
Your attempt
Damn.
to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close by, pulsating just out of reach.
Storekeep, what's all this crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Yeah, something tells me that's not the case. As much as I love Nancy Drew, I don't read those books to try to become a proper detective. What is this? A quaint picture book brochure, very colorful. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. Is that a map? Okay, let's do this first. Another boring book, just discarded here. Okay. Let's look at this.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Look through the shelf.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Does the book say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Inlet Empire, find something truly otherworldly. +1 heard about the curse.
You sense something ominous emanating from the shelf, but it lacks form and substance. And soon enough, you lose track of it.
Jeez, it was a 92% and I failed. Storekeep, what books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free.
Shut up.
I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no.
So is this a check? It is a white check. That's not what I wanted. This one. Map. So the white checks are ones that I can try again. Suggestion, reaction speed, and inland empire. Okay. What is this?
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinaise.
Look at the map of Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
So someone from Revachol East might give me the reality lowdown, and west of the river?
Hudon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forburg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
Psyche check.
You feel you're just west of Coal City, somewhere above Jamrock and close to Coal City.
Huh, okay. Look at the map of Insolinde.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
What else?
Ozon, Laurentide, Face à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white, disintegrating into mathematics.
All right. Continue.
In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you.
Squint first. Can you see cities on the islands?
You can. On Caillou, Revachol, a single black star. On Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu. On archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers. On Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas.
Psyche check.
Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark.
And intellect check.
850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history.
This world is fascinating. It's much bigger than I thought it was going to be. Look at the edges.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there.
Fair enough.
You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps
Other
they
continents.
are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
Both of these checks were impossible. Look at the map of Martinaise.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48.
Continue.
Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
Storekeep, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinaise is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
All right.
They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinaise is 90 cents, though.
Okay, that's actually, I think I might buy that. Why is the one of Martinaise so cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
Intellect check.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
Does not. What happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
I can try to steal it? I mean, it's 90 cents. It's 90 cents is not going to make or break the bank in the long run. I don't think, is it? Let's just buy it. I want to buy the map of Martinez.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Alright, leave. So do I have a map now? I do. So sleeping dock worker, the hanged man, policeman cloak, map wall interfacing challenging? Huh. A worn tour map of the Martinez area, dating from 48. A title on the top reads Bienvenue à Revachol. It's a bit out of date as it was originally created by a design studio in a failed attempt to spruce up Martinez and turn it into a fancy tourist location. Interact.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
Trace a path through the grid.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North. Finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
Okay, so let me go back to the map. So this is the Whirling in Rags. Holy crap, this is a big map. This is the boats where I was looking. That's the construction area. So the right actually seems to end. And then it goes down and around. So there's actually a lot south. West ends in upper right hand corner. Huh. Okay. Interesting.
Several maps have been attached. The maps look old and faded.
Oh, okay. I wonder why the check for the interfacing is still listed if I can't steal it anymore, if I just bought it. And then what is this?
The plaque on the shelf reads,
Everyone knows.
Biographies of famous people. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Look through display of books.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism.
Continue.
Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
What's it about?
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover.
Continue.
Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
That sounds incredibly painful and stupid.
Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long.
Shh. It's okay.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Store keep anything of note on the shelf.
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who or what is an innocence?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that.
Oh boy.
You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
Huh. The Greatest Innocence. Innocentric power. So, like, the more innocent you are, the more influential you are? Or is it just a name? So you recommend it?
Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
Psyche check.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
Okay, I'll go ahead and leave. Let's go ahead and... I'm gonna talk to her before trying to go in there.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
The clerk extends a greeting.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
No thanks, leave. So are you the owner of the store?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched as if to give it more penetration. So I've been recording for an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and say farewell for now. And I think we might leave this episode here. Very interesting stuff. We got our shit together, so we might be doing the body in the next episode. We also found a whole bunch of books, found out more about the world around us. We got a hold of a map, which is awesome. And we found that mysterious quote-unquote secret passage that apparently no one has opened. So hopefully we can find the key for that. So, yeah, next episode, we are going to talk to this lady. We're going to try to get behind this curtain. We might call the taxi service on the call box to see if they might have done anything with the bot, see if that has anything to do with the body. We might also go up to inspect the body itself if we can try that check again. Although I don't think I'd be able to succeed unless I put more points into endurance, so who knows how that's going to go. But yeah, this world is massive, and I don't know exactly what order I want to do things in, but I am still having a lot of fun. Everything about this game is fascinating. I'm really looking forward to seeing where the story progresses and what happens as I explore, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it too. So thank you everybody so much for checking out the video. I really do appreciate it. If you want to be notified of when I upload the next part of the file to the archives, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, as well as leave a like or comment if you so desire. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.
Upload successful. Click here to view previous files. Have a pleasant day.